Hey cousins, welcome to Brown Liquor and Bad Ideas.
Welcome, cousins, to this episode of Brown Liquor and Bad Ideas. I'm your cousin Cornell Wright, the People's Lobbyist. Today, we're going to talk about what you can do to become engaged with your political system and what all politicians need from you. So, cousins, I'm your people's lobbyist. And so as a lobbyist, I'm supposed to promote, educate, and advocate for things that are important to you, the people. So today I'd like to describe to you the three things that are most critical that politicians need from you. This session is being conducted during the course of an electoral process, and so you're going to be hearing a lot of information from a lot of different political candidates, running from president down to your local whatever offices that are in your area or town. Okay? But all of them need three things from you. So the three things are real simple. It's money, it's support, and it's votes. So let's talk about votes first. That'll be the easiest kind of get a handle on. In order to vote, in every municipality, city, town, state, or whatever, you have to go register to vote. And in your state, the Secretary of State is responsible to make sure that you have the opportunity to vote. So if you have any questions, there's your local board of elections, talk to them, find out what's going on, but also you can go to your Secretary of State, which is the supportive, overarching decision maker for each state in regards to determine how, where you vote. Okay? So any questions you have, that's the person to send the information to, call them, email, whatever you think is necessary to get the information you need. First go to your local board, but then that's where you want to go if that can't get resolved for you. Okay? So, you got to go vote. That's what everybody's looking for. That's what politicians, that's how they get their jobs. Recognizing politicians work for who? Us. We, the people. Now, so since they work for us, they're coming to us with whatever the cycle is for voting in order to ask us to put in our vote for them. That's our buying into them, if you will, our engaging with them, our support of them to say we want them through our vote. Our vote then is you saying that's the person I want to represent me. They most closely represent what I think is important for what my town, state, or my government, my country, where we need to go, what we need to do for all the different positions. Okay? Everybody got that one? That's pretty clear. The second one is in regards to money. Now you hear about all the money that's being generated by the political parties. Sometimes you hear people talking about, well, there's online voting. Sometimes people want to buy things, etc. The key is, I heard a report just the other day that only about 5% of the people in the country, all of us cousins, actually contribute to political campaigns. You hear a lot about how people are talking about the small donors. The small donors are right, me and you cousins, right? Those are the small ones, the $25, the $50, the $10. Those are considered the small donors. But let's think about where the other money is coming from. Those are the large donors. We've heard about those $1,000 plate dinners, $10,000 plate dinners, and or people having pooling of money when they bring in a party to have a number of people come in, get a chance to meet a candidate, and then they give the candidate a big chunk of money. I'm not there. Maybe you are, and good for you, but if not, that's also what happens. And then what happens then? Then that person has more opportunity to have more engagement with that politician. Why? Because he or she just gave them a bundle versus my $25. You believe how that could work? So how many of my $25 do I have to get as much impact or connection to that politician as did that one party with, say, 15, 20 people who came up with $25,000, $30,000? It takes money to run a campaign. And so they come and they ask you for money. All politicians need money. No matter who they say they are, none of them puts in their own money completely. The various political parties have money that gives to them. Both state, federal, and local all then help to support the candidates that they want. That's why you have primaries at times between the same party, and so somebody supports the party endorsed candidate, they're the ones who get money from the party. The other person, nah, not so much. So when you look at that, you start thinking, okay, so they need money. The more money you get, the more what can you do? You can hire more people, you can buy more things, you can get more television time, you can get more advertisements, the whole bit. Everything you see on TV, that costs money. To hire people to go do polling, to have people, remember those people who call us every night to say, hey, you're going to vote for somebody, don't forget, that costs money to make all that happen. So it talks about the vote, it talks about the money. Now let's talk about the middle part of support. Support is they need support of the people. Because support of the people is what? That's advertisement in a personal level. When you wear a given product, think about all the sports athletes you talk about, you see on TV. They all get what? Endorsement deals, right? When you see people on the internet who are the internet superstars and they're considered influencers, people give them things in order to use it so that you look at it, I look at it and say, wow, I see so-and-so's wearing this. I like that person, so maybe I'll like that item that they're wearing. Same thing happens with politicians. Democrat, Republican, socialist, left, down, independent, pick one, Green Party, they're all looking for that support factor. You put a bumper sticker on your car, that's a support item. You show up at a rally, that's a support item. And don't be fooled. Sometimes when you see the support rallies and stuff like that, you see all these people people getting really aggravated and excited. They're not really cousins, you and I. They're paid people to go out there and show up. They may be staffers who have already been paid, who they want to have go show up to hoot and holler and get excited about something more than perhaps they should do. So cousins, they all need support. They need you to wear banners, to wear hats, to put bumper stickers on, all that kind of stuff. They also need you to show up. Back in the day, I used to do support for a lot of people, including my own campaign. I've run for political office in the past. That's why I'm telling you what I know. Is that you have to have people who want to show up. If you have a fundraiser, you need people to show up. You need people to show up so people understand that, hey, that guy or that gal, that candidate who's running has some popularity. That popularity is what is key, because if you start seeing people around them, what is that? It makes you feel more comfortable to join them. That becomes that support question. So here's one of the problems we have, though, cousins, is that too often after the election, we forget the support piece and the money piece. The voting piece is already gone. Once you get the opportunity to vote, it's done. But it's the support piece and the money piece that continues on. So even if you get the candidate you want, whether he or she is still doing what we need to have them do, cousins, to what? Take care of us and try to deliver on the promises of our government and our country, then we have to support them by continuing to make sure they know that, yeah, you've done well, but not well enough. That's why you have the marches. That's why you attend your various council meetings. That's why you go to various activities that are political activities. You meet and greet, town halls, and you write and you send in emails. That's continuing to be our support. Cousins, this is our country, this is our democracy. We have to become engaged with the entire political process in the three critical items: money, voting, and support. You got me? Simple. I know we're all busy, trying to raise a family, trying to make a living, trying to find a job, trying to deal with this whole health situation, trying to be conservative about things, take care of your family. That's important. But put on your list, somewhere in the top 20, if you will, about being engaged in our democratic democracy and our process, so we all have an opportunity to what? Making the United States of America even better than we were before. You got it? It's up to us, cousins. All right, cousins, that wraps it up for this episode of Brown Liquor and Bad Ideas. Continue wearing your mask, because I care about you. I want you to care about me. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.
We are the people.